Kore, you're raising a toddler. Guys, you must be encyclopedia, Wikipedia, AI, ChatGPT, Google, because the things that this child asks me. Today, we are fighting about Australia and South Africa not being in the same continent. And the things he told me, I actually, I was like, Jesus Christ, what was I doing at school? What was I doing at school? It's 6:30. Tell me why he is asking me how an x-ray works. You know, if he says, what is an x-ray? Yeah. He says to me, how does an x-ray work? And I'm like, like why? Like, who's saying? Then he's like, but you said that you know everything. I'm like, yes, I know everything as a mother. And then he says, and you can hear that, like, this is a indirect, we are indirectly, you know. And then he says, Mommy, what school did you go to when you were my age? And then I tell him, and he's like, were your teachers like my teachers? I'm like, no, they were not the same, but they are teachers, you know. And then he will say, Mar, Jefro het gesê. And you must know, when a toddler says, Jefro het gesê, or teacher ute, mistress wize, my teacher said, Mommy, daddy, auntie, uncle, brother, sister, there is nothing you can do. Like, about today, I couldn't wait for him to go to school. I couldn't, because we were fighting about two things. Actually 3. Because he wanted to go on the balcony and watch the sun. And I said, why do you want to go and we'll share a sunrise? And he's like, no, it's not about the sunrise, Mommy. I just want fresh air. Just so, guys, please don't blame. And I feel like every time he says, Mommy, what school did you go to? He's actually saying, your school didn't teach you anything. Like, kids can make you feel so dumb. Like, my son makes me feel so dumb. 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 Guys, you know what? I'm going to go back to sleep. And then, I promise you, I am going to Google how an x-ray works. And then I'm going to find a way to, from what he told me, I'm going to find a way to say, you were wrong here. Because now I'm never going to hear the end of me not knowing how an x-ray works. You know, when he said to me, but Mommy, you always go to the doctor. How come? And I'm like, dude, I don't take an x-ray every time I go to the doctor. And do you think if I'm taking an x-ray, I'd be like, doctor, how does this thing work? What's inside of it? Guys, I don't know if you know, there's a cartoon. Well, he watches it on YouTube Kids. It's the Fixies. That thing has made my son, what's thinking, it a scientist, engineer, everything. Just get the Fixies. Yo. Eric Robaling, kinse, for my child at the end asking me, Mommy, what school did you go to when you were my age? Meaning, I was not doing anything at last school one day.